Good day, lords and ladies, welcome back to Wildermyth. Right, we're about to attack the Elton Hens, then I'm probably going to go down and deal with the Javan here, because we have no defences set up here, so if they come through and never incur, then it's going to be a pain. While if they come through here, it's just going to take time for them. You've got defensive set up, so I'm going to probably wipe these guys out first, but first we're dealing with the Hens. Let's go. The sun's fallen and a silver fog floats from the trees where shadows pool. Grimly stop for a second, fog's getting dense, and at this rate we'll lose all ability to navigate. Perfect atmosphere, isn't it? Ever heard of the story of Old Mitchell, the mountain ghost? The quiet forms of fence around them impenetrable, the whirling air almost opaque. Now I'm worried. Dane? Lisi? Umilian? I think we need to not stand here. Let's get to the trees. At least they're solid. They halt just inside the shelter of the pines, the dark air clinging wet. The trunks they press to dampen their palms. I don't like tree clinging generally. And then something vast moves towards them, slowly, achingly slow. It passes, too enormous to be seen, impossibly silent. Unimaginable, whispers Visa. Night falls, the fog wanders away, clinging to the filtered outline of that gargantuan shadow. Exchange looks. I'd rather we take a look now. The trail goes cold quick in the dark. Let's see if they can find it. Come on, Visa. Where's that intellectual curiosity of yours? Lead on then. Hope you don't mind if I stay ready. The night emptied of silence fills again with the noise, crickets and owls and scouting ferrets. Approximating where the giant had passed, they search. There are no footprints. Or are there? Pools of green light are spaced along between the unbroken pine trees, perhaps at distances to match the thing's huge stride. Even as they watch, the light pools rapidly shrinking to the ground, dying, shrinking, perhaps just fading into starlight. Grimly runs to scoop up one of these and scoops the earth away the tip of her spear. Careful. She plucks a glowing seed from the ground as it tries to burrow deep. It slips her palm but then floats, settling in the air. Rustle, rustle. Rivan surrounding us, I'm sure. Snatching the seed grimly, secures it in her pocket. This is shouting distance, right? Certainly worth a try. Dane, Lisi, Emiliana. Of their friends found them. As do their enemies. Walling provides no armor in this battle. Okay. And they've got a ton of enemies' troops. Ooh. Little water elemental. Fantastic. Terror Bird is a pain, but I'm going to grab the water elemental now, since we're here. Grab the legacy points. Run free, Spirit. And you're going to basically put an arrow into this thing's face. What do we want to get out of this? Steel Fire, perhaps, is probably a good bet. Let's move you over here. Then we'll Steel Fire. Okay. Dane, you need to get right down here and get stuck in with these guys. These guys are pouring out of the woodwork. The That terror bird is too much of a danger to be left standing, so we need to get that thing down. Yeah, so he blocks some of it. Our armor's about to break. But you got an action point back. You managed to shoot one in the face and you took that person out. That's fine. A rather brutal melee ensues. Okay. You need to get back into the action. Enough chasing spirits in the woods. Discus. Crit hit. Fantastic. You need to come here and shoot the mage in or the priest in the face. He blocked it. That's fine. Discus him. You need to come down here and slice this one up. Yeah, so he's taking a bit of damage. Managed to block it, which is fortunate. You healed up. Fantastic for you. Doesn't help when a sword stabs you in the face. Fused tree. Right, shred its armor and it's cowering in fear. That's fine. You can put an arrow through the face of that one. It's cowering, which will mean it will be harder to hit. But still, not hard enough. Okay. Yeah, level 1 axe. Not really interested, to be honest. Well, she can have it as a backup weapon, I suppose. Right, once again, the night air belongs to the songs of ordinary creatures. Everyone's still here? I hate a night battle that keep knocking into trees. Grimly and Vaisa recount what they saw, a colossus striding silently through a silver fog. The others never saw more than the giant banks of mist separating them. They make a further search for signs of the giants passing, but are forced to camp press hours from sunrise, having found nothing. You're an enigma, little seed. Grimly plants it on a sun-blessed hillside in a bed of soft earth. Who knows what will sprout? Yeah, and they've got raider knights. Yeah, these guys we need to deal with the Dravan. Like, the Dravan are too much of a danger now. Okay, yeah, we need to attack Mafaki. We need to take these places out. Opportunity. What is it? Grimly. Ah, really, Grimly? Grimly and Dane are called to a hill village where an acquaintance of theirs has lost his wife. Hope the righteous sort looks like rain on the way. Show some feeling, Dane. The funeral rites are brief. The crowd that gathers is impressive for such a small town. As mourners disperse, Grimly and Dwayne spot Ilfa standing by a flower-strung cart bearing a leaf-shrouded body. Ilflif, we were sorry to hear about Catherine. A lot of folks came. Ah, friends, how many years has it been? They go with him up the road to his home on the hill. You lose perspective sometimes, easy enough to do, sadly. You think you'll have years together, decades, from your first cake to your middle years old age, and then... But... To help Iflith transfer the shrouded body to a small, prepared clay room beside the house. They settle inside, and he tells them of his pain and of the previous provincial customs he's observing. Green Veil, it's called, a woven shroud of Dawnsward. Dawnsward grows thick around here. In the little woodland, you'll see. It's a strong aroma. The body stays fresh, sometimes as long as 4 years or 5. We hill folk, we generally build a clay home for the departed on the house's shady side. A wadsan is the old word for it. It means memory house. And she'll normally lie there for her term. When the shroud of Dawnsward turns black, she'll be buried. It's achingly sad, isn't it? A beautiful tradition. But I don't plan on waiting. You don't plan on waiting, so you plan to bury her soon, tonight even? No, my wife Catherine and I will be going on a journey, and I hope you'll come along. The sky crackles overhead. Oh. A hard sudden rain falls, chittering and droning like a swarm. Yes, I hope you come. Be our escort. It's a dangerous world, and you're both strong, stronger than even I remember. Yep, let's take the job. I'm pretty sure I know what the mission is. To be honest, it's not a particularly great one, but yeah, I know the one. It's the one I think it is. This is going to be interesting. Okay, we've got 10 XP. Deepest are annoying. I'd rather they don't have that though. So they get those. If this is what I think it is, the story event that I think it is, it's going to be an annoying one to do, but it needs to get done. Yeah, for an old wish passing, just west of the Erden's Weave Works, Ivan leads his oxen cart carrying the body of his wife down through the hills into the arms of an old forest. Mist rolls into a twilight, taking hold behind a cloudy sky. Something about this fog actually makes me glad we're not alone here. Cut it out, you're scaring me. The place I'm looking for shouldn't be far. When I ask about Catherine, I don't think either of us ever met her. I remember you talking about her. I'm sorry, she never came with me to Woodcob. Always wanted her to, but she was never quite well enough, and she insisted on staying home to tend the farm. We met when we were 7. I would visit her with bread and pies when we got older. I can't say when it changed, only that it did. A gift or a smile between neighbours started to mean more. We built the farm there, on a rocky hill. She liked the farm, Catherine. She was a bright and imaginative woman, shy though. She was born with an illness that never fully left. Our good times were great. But our bad times, when she couldn't rise from bed, those made my heart splinter, and one day it shattered. If there is one thing I know, it's that I don't want to live in that empty house without her. The forest has been dead quiet. When they entered, as they've gone deeper, noises have filtered into hearing. Drips, scrapes, low trills. The smells have turned richer, of damp earth, spicy bark, wilted moss in purple, green and beige. Soon the ox halts. They come into a clearing where a goddess lives. Oh. Ilith, you expected this, said grimly. Yes, I intend to find her. The reason I brought Catherine here, the reason I am here and you're here. All Orwell, she is a goddess of borders and in-betweens. This realm is hers, welcomes both dead and living. I'm here to join her. Catherine and I can be together still. Ilith, you babbling nonsense, what are you saying? Look into this forest, I read about it. This goddess, Orwell, rules it. Like a region between our world and a place for the departed. I suppose it exists for us, for those like us, a place Catherine can be without pain, and I can be with Catherine. You really give up everything, wouldn't you, for the unknown, for Catherine? I won't be able to live this place, but why would I wish to? I'll still live. She will too. We'll just live here. You have to understand, this is what I want. All I need is for you to help me complete the ceremony and take the ox back with you. Don't you have a lover, Dwayne? Yeah, if Joe was on the cart, let's go with that one. Honestly, it's like something from Legends, a fellow passing into the realm of a god to be with a lady he cherishes. How do we help? We'll lay us both at the feet of the shrine, and then she'll test us, or it will. We'll tend to the test. We tend to test well, I'd say. It is dangerous. You must duel Orwell's guardian. It's why I need you alone. But if you decline, I'll understand and I'll fight it alone. You are not a fighter, Ilfilef. Hold on to Catherine. We'll beat whatever she puts in front of us. They pull Catherine's shrouded body from the cart bed. True to its reputation, the woven vines of Dawn's Ward have kept her perfectly preserved. While Catherine across Ilfin's lap, the two rest at the foot of Orwell's shrine. Goddess Orwell, hear me. Beneath your mercy lies two who wish to roam your realm together, live in your lands and laugh again. Please permit us to stay. Send your guardian and my champion shall stand to fight it. Send your guide and my love and I shall go behind. Garlands of mist wrap and twist around Broth's statues, arms and legs, and over their damp, dusted cheeks, the quiet of air clamps in their throats. There is a rumble. The voice of Orwell is a groan, far away and felt more than heard. It is the stone and roots, it is in the stone and roots and rises from somewhere deep down. Truth is tested. A noise nears them crashing through the trees. Here comes it. Yep, that's going to be fun. Let's first of all, I want something that will... Let's try Wildest Grasp. It might work. It's pinned, if nothing else. Two lovers until the end. Okay. We'll try Discus. Yeah, that thing is tough. It's got high block resistance and it's got a high armor, so it's going to be a pain, but we can still cut it down. He leveled up, which is nice. Level 3, good for you. Raider, don't really care for it. Vigilance is nice. Blood Rage is nice. I personally think that Vigilance is such a powerful ability. Memorial Pauldron. Armor and Potency. Okay. Yeah, give it to her. The Guardian falls, its great stonies clattering apart, rolling into the moss. The wheeling rocks gather dust and shadows as they settle, until they look like they've rested there for centuries. The glade goes calm, and then Ilith starts to fade. Goddess? The wrapped body of Catherine across his lap seems to lose its substance. He has time to say, "Thank you, friends." And he is gone. The two women look around. Well, now that's done. Where'd the ox go to? Good thinking. They find it not far off, lowering pleasantly amongst clover. Here's the same sun that shone on his birth, shone on his neck when he took the road to town, but never again. Love means more to us than sunlight, doesn't it? The two camp for the night. The cow drifts off. Dane, you still awake? I picked these up around the stones where Ilith disappeared. Didn't think about it. I'm making notes. They exchange looks. They return to the farm Ilith and Catherine once built. They set things in order, they see that it passes on to a worthy family, and then they're on their way again. The road is pale, splotched and torn in places with ruts and grass. Stretches of the journey are entirely wordless. Putting too much into a single house, who knows where you'll live in 5 years, or even in 1. They look grimly, contemplates. Those memories, old wishes of ours, it's hard to let good things go. I know it is, and I feel sometimes the wind picks up. I don't know. A road of colour the colour of old canvas billows in front of them, behind them. Our retirement age goes up, which is fantastic. Elementalist is nice. Tinkerer is also good. I'll grab Elementalist. I really wish that we could get an event for Joe, because he's becoming really close to basically retiring. But I doubt it's going to happen in time. We need to clear out this place as well. But we've got to gather the people to go and do that. You guys can start there. You've cleared that site. A thorough delve through the mysteries of Elton Hand's proven rewarding. Some resources. Speed. Speed is not great, to be honest. Give it to Dane again. Because he's going to be around for a while yet. Which means that, to be honest, I'm putting a lot of my eggs into her because, well, a lot of my... She's basically an egg in one basket kind of character. Which is that because she's got a higher retirement age, it basically means that I'm giving her a lot of the equipment because she's going to be around for longer. They're going... You guys can go as well. Ooh, that's going to take a while. No, just gather here. You can just gather there. Okay. So they're coming down here. Yeah, we need to get a move on, really. So they've got to get another card on the board. Okay. You guys can cross the bridge. And we'll take the fight to Dravan, because they're the ones that are becoming really powerful. Okay. Wildermyth water wheel. Let's assault it. Take them out of the conflict. Right, what's wrong? Yeah, good everyone. There we go. I know they were headed this way. Can't just disappear. It's possible they've turned aside somewhere. If we retrace our steps, there's more rustling. The crunch of footsteps leaves little time for decision. Over a boulder they go, into a clinging mass of nettles, damp and sour smelling. Murmur, murmur. Hey, ow, that's my foot, And the camp's a mess. Should warn you two. Dravan don't have the most appealing cuisine. They ever give you trouble? Been a few scuffles. Nothing I can't handle. Nothing I couldn't handle. Just need to remind them who we aren't to. They know better than to cross Voltar. Even I do. Voltar? Hey, Jovhen. Is it true what they say that she's a god? But if I prove myself, I'll say there's reason to believe it. But if I were you, I'd stick to the solid stuff. The pay's good. Eat more beef this winter than I have over the previous 5 seasons. If you want to put a mask on just to bask in the presence of power, I don't know. I'm not that man. The mercenaries trudge on. They go quiet, then go beyond hearing. Jovhen. Better looking than I remember. Hey, will you two ever just talk later? They'll lose us again if we aren't quick. And they slowly give pursuit. But the Dravan have spotted them. Here's where you'll sleep. You can put your Scourge Jovanyak. A Dravan comes running over. You getting that? Words aren't, but he's trembling, rising and lowering, hand gestures. Visitors, I'd wager, come on. We'll have a better view by the tower ruins. The Dravan give out instructions. Yeah, that's a lot. And they've got knights. And a couple of priests. Okay. Reach the fort, which is all the way down there. Nothing seems to be spawning, which is okay. First things first, we need to get rid of the terror bird. Ah, they've got knights up here as well. Okay. They've become disheartened, which is fine. But even so, those guys are worrisome. Sort of expected a dodge. That was my greed getting the better of me. Okay, get behind cover. We'll infuse the campfire. Yeah, he blocked it. That's not great. But he can't, but he's standing on a hot plate, so it will kill him. That rogue is going to be a pain. Okay. Dread harvest the bird. Jump back. Put an arrow into it. Problem is, even with killing it, you still have to deal with the footman, basically, with the knight on foot. So we cut him down, but that one is still running about. Right. And more footmen are come charging down the hill. as is the priest. Okay, that's worrying. That's a lot of them. Okay. We can't get anything. Do I want to take the risk and push up? I had to get pretty close to get... Okay. Get the cloth. Greater restrict on... Who can we insta-kill straight away, which is high risk? Probably the rogue. To be honest, the rogues are really dangerous. Then we will probably want to get... Yeah, we want to get that one as well. Because we don't have a ton of people, but we still need to try and do something. Hobble him. Still to deal with the knight. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to allow you to do what I think you're about to do, mate. No offense. Hobble you. Yeah, hobble you as well. You can put an arrow into that one's face. You can go up there and kill that one. You, on the other hand, are going to go there and you're going to basically attack the scenery. You're going to infuse that fire. You've got a fire lease and you're going to basically kill that dude. Now, he dodged. Unfortunate. Take out that one. You're going to go and attack this scenery here. Take it out so we have a clear path of attack. Yeah. Now, it was worth the risk. I was hoping to actually get close enough to deal with the priest. Arrow to the face. Another arrow to the face. Still not enough, is it? Okay. That's fine. Draw connections from the fire. We'll infuse the tree. Splinter blast both of them. We'll make them cower, which is not great, but we can rust them in combat. There we go. And we just have to get up to the exit. The game hasn't said more enemies are spawning, so we should be fine just to plod on. Right. Let's push up. Grimly, you trying to get yourself killed? Maybe this is how it had to end, you and I, as soon as you chose Dravan. It's not about choosing Dravan, didn't I tell you? I finished my jobs, you should know that better. I finished my jobs, you should know that better than anyone. Fine, just tell me one thing. Who's Voltar? Yeah, we're done here. Didn't want to kill you, Grimly, but it's you who came to me. Whisperer, Sunspoken. They stalk and still, kills on quiet feet, poison glistening on the blade, an arrow leaving a taste of death in the air. From their hands and stays flow pulses of light, twisting weaves of heat. Behind the dull gold mask shine only the dim spark of eyes. And mercenaries. Composed faces, grim mouths, eyes that won't meet other eyes. They stand cold and quiet as coin metal, they won't back down. And Jofenhelm, Grimflit Rift. Desperate days have forced this warrior a fierce challenge. Fierce challenge burns in their stare. It's a glare of someone who has with no regrets. Now, can I save? That is the question. I can save. Okay. I'm going to leave it here, folks. We'll pick it up next time. Next week. I can understand why the mercenaries are coming from. Like, this is one of the things with fantasy tropes where, like, people look down on the mercenaries. Like, oh, it's mercenaries. Like, you're fighting for the bad guys. It's like, no, they're not. They're basically just earning a living. This is something that always gets really sort of mixed up in, like, fantasy lore, where in the medieval period, and especially later on, especially during sort of like the 16th century, like, mercenaries were a real common thing. That's where the term freelancer comes from. It comes from basically a knight and his sort of assembled group of, like, men-at-arms who were known as a lance. Like, the little unit was called a lance. And they sold their services, so it's called a freelance. Which is where the term freelance comes from. The thing with mercenaries is that they have been around for a really long time, because using mercenaries for battle is cheaper than having a standing army. Having a standing army costs a lot of money. It costs a lot of money and manpower, which were things historically you didn't have a lot of. So mercenaries were basically a good fix. But in fantasy settings, they do tend to get sort of looked down upon as being like, oh, bad guys, they're not fighting for a good cause, which, is something I don't really think is fair. But it is one of those tropes that always pops up. I've been Cornish-knight, this has been Wildermyth, the new storyline. I see you all again next time. Goodbye.